What is going on, everybody? David here, and today I got a brand new vintage toy haul for y'all. And I was able to stop at a few locations this weekend. One location I hadn't been to in over a year. The other location is kind of like my honey hole. And then the final location is the first time I've ever been to that location for this particular store. So anyways, and also, I was able to meet a fellow YouTuber and good friend, UberHulk, and that was a fun experience. And thank you, Uber, for taking the time out of your day to link up and hang out at Retromadness in Fort Worth. That was a very fun experience, and you made it worth it. And so we're going to go ahead and start off with the Game Exchange haul, and it was my first time being in that location in over a year. And was able to stop by there on the way home because my wife and I had just went to go see The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, and that was a pretty good film. It wasn't the best out of the three, but it was good. We both enjoyed it. So, but anyways, Game Exchange has now kind of revamped their situation, should I say, as far as not only just selling movies and games, but they are now buying and selling action figures and other electronics like TVs and things like that. And but the location I was at in my area, it wasn't very big. It was just like kind of like a little small section, very small. But they mainly had modern stuff. But they do, like I said, they do purchase other things. So I was able to find like the only two Toy Biz figures that they had. So the first one is from the Toy Biz Spider-Man Classics line. So this guy is 100% complete and comes with the Dio in the back. So I thought this was very cool. And no, this is not the McFarlane Spider-Man. I wish, but it's not. But nonetheless, it's still cool. He's a little loose, or I wouldn't say little, but he's a lot loose. But as long as you're able to put him on his Dio and kind of have him how you want him, it's a good look. So I don't have a Spider-Man's Legends or Classics, and this will be the first one I have in the collection. So very happy with this purchase. It was only like $5, I think. And so the second one was only $2. And was able to get a Hulk from the film by Ang Lee, Hulk. So the movie came out in 2003, and Toy Biz made a lot of these figures from the film for the film. So very happy to land one, and it was like $2. So very happy about that. So glad I have this in the collection. And so the second location I was able to take a look at was Recycle Books, and that's kind of like my honey hole. So I always stop by in there from time to time because they always have some amazing things in there that I really don't see much anywhere else. So the first figure I got, I think he is 100% complete. I'm not 100% correct on this, but he might be missing an accessory, but I have to look into it. I was going to say real quick, but but I finally got me a Spartan, and so very happy to landed one. So like I said, I think these are all his accessories. I don't know if he came with a gun or not. He might. I'm not sure, but very happy to finally have this one into the collection. And so next is from McFarlane Toys from the 90s. So was able to, I saw this guy quite a bit, and I'm surprised he was still sitting there. Just because of who he is and the size of him. So I was able to finally get this a Bad Rock. And he does work, and there's little shields that go on top of the covers right here. So he does, this missile do fire, and very happy to have him in the collection. I've been wanting this guy for a while, so I finally got him. So I finally have a bad rock in my collection, the Spawn collection. And so last but not least of the recycle books location, I saw this guy on a peg, and I was like, whoa! Didn't know how long he was in there, but very happy he was there when I was there. So got the Skeleton Warriors Grimskull. So finally added more to the Skeleton Warriors collection that I have. It's very small. I got like let's see, I only have like 3 of them. 2 from my childhood and 1 that was gifted to me, and now this one. So slowly but surely adding pieces to the collection. It's not a very large collection. It's only a few figures, but nonetheless, very happy to have him in the collection. All right. So before I forget, I might as well go ahead, since I didn't do a video on this. I'm going to go ahead and add this in here. So I will be right back. Let me grab them real quick. Okay, I'm back. So over the weekend, or this past weekend, should I say Memorial Day weekend, makes more sense. Movie Trading Company was having their usually their holiday sales, and so each holiday they have, or each holiday sale that they have, when it comes to figures, they're always 33% off. So I've always been wanting to collect these Kenner starting lineups, but they're a little pricey at times. I guess it all depends on the players as well. But these were on clearance, plus the 33% off, so they were like $1.50 a piece. And then I was able to get a DVD set as well. So these are Kenner. I don't collect the Hasbro starting lineups. I only go for the ones that have the Kenner name to it. But I was able to get a handful of these NBA starting lineups, and I only go for the players that I really enjoyed watching growing up, because in the 90s was the best time for sports, in my opinion, for me, because I watched it all. I watched the baseball, the hockey, football, basketball, all of them. All these great players that came out in the 90s, were just amazing. And now things have changed during the sports when it comes to rules and stuff, so it's just not as much fun as it was back then for me. But I still watch it occasionally. I'll go to a live game here and there. But other than that, when it comes to the 90s, especially when it comes to basketball and hockey and football, that stuff was fun. But anyways, so like I said, I picked up a few of these Kenner starting lineups. Basketball. So the first guy I have is Joe Dumars. So he was a big time player for the Detroit Pistons. So very happy to land him. And next one up is Marcus Camby, when he used to play for the Toronto Raptors, and he played for New York and a few other teams as well, because he's kind of like bounced around after that. But I think he came back to New York, or finished his career in New York. I'm not sure yet. It's been a while. But I really enjoyed watching him play. I'll never forget when the Knicks traded for him. I was like, whoa. I was just awestruck by that trade. And then I can't remember his first name, Daughtry, that he played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But he was their center for a long time, from I want to say the late 80s to the mid 90s. He was their center for about 10 years, I think. But he was also a huge NASCAR fan as well. So I think he has his own NASCAR team now, or something like that. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've read up on him. But I just know that during his basketball and post-basketball career, he was all heavily involved with NASCAR as well. So very cool to have him in the collection. Like I said, I can't remember his first name. And then next up, we got Mark Jackson. So, and he's now a coach now. So he also bounced around the league as well too. But I remember him well known for being with the Indiana Pacers. So very cool right there. And then next up, finally we have Stephon Marbury. Always liked watching him play as well. And I forgot what other teams he played for, but I know the Timberwolves wasn't his only team he played for. So very cool. And last but not least, one of my favorite players from the 80s and early 90s is Dominick Wilson. Long-time Atlanta Hawks player. Played for them for years. But I think he also played for, I want to say he played for Portland. Could be wrong, but I know that he didn't finish his career out with the Hawks. But he played with them for years. But I think he also played for Portland and maybe another team. I'm not sure. Like towards the end of his career, he played for a couple of other teams. But yeah, very happy to have it. And this came out. This is an old figure. I think this came out in '88. So yeah, I'm very happy to have this one in the collection though. Very cool. So I'm always looking now to because I'm finally starting to add more Kenner starting lineups to my collection. Like the only one I have prior to buying these was a football one, and that was from the Seattle Seahawks. Chris Warren. He was one of my favorite running backs that I enjoyed watching earlier in his career when he played for the Seattle Seahawks. So like that was going to be like the Kickstarter of me adding all these players in my collection at the time. I bought him, and then I never bought any more after that. I don't know what happened. All right, but yeah, that was just a little extra I threw in there that I forgot to do a video on. But I'm glad I was able to include it here since I remembered. But another thing I bought at Movie Trading Company is Wrestlemania Anthology Volume 4. Or, no, this is Volume 2. Well, anyways, it's the same thing, but the only thing the difference is it says 4. I remember what happened to it. It was over here, but then I took it out because I went to watch it and see about how well the discs were. But anyways, yeah, I bought Anthology Volume 4. So now I have 1, 2, and 4. So now the only one I need now is 3 to complete this set. So then I'll be able to have all the WrestleManias all the way to 30. So, and then I'll be looking to add 31, 32, and so forth to it. So, but yeah, that was my Movie Trading Company haul. So now for the main event. So, this was the first time, like I mentioned earlier, that I was able to meet UberHulk. Amazing guy. Good guy, and if you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do so. I'll leave those links in the description below. So give him a sub and watch his videos and tell him that I sent you. And I think he would greatly appreciate it. So Uber and I have been wanting to meet up for the longest. Probably, I think we were talking about that before we left. I think it was like a year and a half. And we just never been able to get a chance to come to where he wasn't busy when I wasn't busy. So finally, one day I messaged him and I was just like, look, during the Memorial Week, I will be off, for the most part. So if you want to link up that weekend, we can. And this was like a few weeks in advance, so we can make a schedule around that. So we picked Saturday, and so I was able to meet up with him, and very cool dude. We hit it off right off the bat. It was just great conversation after conversation. It was just it was a fun experience, and it was just an amazing time that I had with him at Retromadness. So you never know how a person is outside of YouTube until you really meet them. So Uber, thank you for taking the time to meet up with me and just to hang out for a little bit. That was a pleasure. And hopefully we can meet up again fairly soon, and because we live in the same area, we're just like an hour away from each other, so why not, But anyways, so now time for the main event haul from Retromadness in Fort Worth. That store was loaded, and it had a lot of stuff in there that I really wanted to have, but had store credits. I wanted to use that, and so why not? That's what it's for, right? So we're going to start off with the carded figures first, and so if y'all been watching my haul videos, and y'all know that I've been collecting Star Trek stuff from Playmates, and I'm in the process of collecting the original 10-back, and so at the time all I needed was Riker and Picard. So they finally I found a Riker, so finally added a Riker to my original 10-back collection. So all I need now is a Picard. So that's it, and then I will have the complete 10-back, and then I'm going to go to Series 2 and Series 3 and so forth, and then build that collection up. Now, will I get all the other stuff, like the suit-dressed Riker? Probably not. Let's say that now, but I just really want, right now, I'm trying to get the original characters and their original uniforms and things like that, and just to have them all, and then we can go from there. So all I need now is a Picard. So very happy about that. And so then on the Star Trek Deep Space Nine end of things, here's the original. Excuse me. Original 9-back. Had a brain fart. So I finally was able to add a Benjamin Sisko. So very happy to finally have him in the collection. So now all I need now is Morin, this guy right there. So I have everybody else. Finally added a Sisko, and I do want to add his son Jake Sisko to the collection, so I can have them together. So then I'll be caught up with the original 9-back of this collection. So very happy about that. Slowly but surely getting there. And then for the Lucy's, as I mentioned before, I'm currently collecting vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and so I'm also, not only am I going for the original 8 backs for that line, but I'm also trying to get the side characters as well. I've stated before, I'm not interested in getting none of the variants of turtles like the clown Michelangelo or the army Leonardo, whatever. While those figures are cool and neat, but I just want to be able to get the original 8-back and the side characters. So I did finally get a complete Napoleon Bonafrog, so he can go with my Genghis Frog. So got a Napoleon. Very happy about that. He is complete with his little side character, shield, and this little swatter looking thing. So very happy about that. So finally got to add another one to the vintage collection. But then, to my surprise, they had this guy here. And this is my first time in my adult life that I've seen these in person since I was a kid. Before then, the last time I've seen them was when I was a kid. So, and when I saw that, I was like, man, I gotta have this in the collection because I might not get this chance again. Yeah, granted, you can go to eBay and stuff like that, but it's more fun to see these out in the wild, But I was able to finally add a 80s Food Fighters to my collection, and when I saw that, it was actually fairly cheap, considering the fact that he has his hat and didn't have his backpack or gun. So this is Mean Wiener from the Foo Fighters by Mattel, and these came out in the late 80s. So very, very happy to have this in the collection to go with my 80s collection. So I'm just stoked to finally add these. It just amazes me that certain things that you find out in the wild, and it can just the thrill, But anyways, so yeah, finally was able to add my first Foo Fighters to my collection. So very happy about that. And then finally, this guy right here that I'm about to show you, Uber purchased this for me, and he would not let me leave the store until he was able to purchase this. Because I originally had this in my hand, and I put it back because I was kind of like, either I was going to buy this guy or I was going to buy the Food Fighters. So I decided to buy the Food Fighters. Both these are hard to find figures, but the Food Fighters is a little bit more harder to find, or to get. So when we were talking outside, and he was just like, "Dude, you're not leaving until I get you that figure." I'm like, "What figure are you talking about?" He goes, "What was that you put back?" And I was like, the cowboy of Mutant Mesa. He's like, "Yeah, here, go ahead and get it. It's on me." Because originally, I didn't know this till after the fact, that he wanted to purchase my haul, but I was just like, "Dude, you don't have to do that, And but he insisted on buying this particular figure for me, and so this is a Buffalo Wild Bill from Cowboys of Mutant Mesa. This is the villain, and I think, and my first time actually really, I've seen carded figures, but not a loose, and this is my first time ever seeing one loose. So very happy to have this in the collection. Thanks to Uber, really greatly appreciate that. He didn't have to purchase this for me, but he insisted because he told me I couldn't leave until he was able to get this for me. So just grateful for this. Thank you so much, Uber. So that's it. That is my haul. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments what you think of this haul. What were some of your favorites out of all this? Comment down below. And Uber, thank you so much for the purchase, and it was an honor to meet you, and you're a great guy. Just want to let everybody know that you're a great guy. You're very genuine, and like I said before, you don't know how a person is until you actually meet them in person, and it was worth it. It was worth the meetup. So again, Uber, thank you so much, and thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video, and comment down below what your favorite thing is from this haul. And don't forget, words of wisdom: buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, I pretty much guarantee that you will always get rid of it. And I'll catch y'all later.